Good afternoon. Hello, hello. Hopefully, everyone is having a great Wednesday. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. I was wrapping up another call, but I'm here. So hopefully, you're having a great afternoon. It's Wednesday. Gosh, hard to believe, mid-February. Hopefully, everyone had a fantastic Valentine's Day. Yes, hopefully, you had a great Valentine's Day. And today, we're going to talk about it all starts with attitude, and we're going to be talking about communications. But first, for those who do not know me, my name is Linda Jordan with LRJ Coaching and Business Solutions. And so I help corporate professionals, organizations, and executives level up their leadership skills so that they can be more effective in business and be more successful. And so today, what I wanted to share is around, as I said, it's all about attitude and how you connect with other people. In addition, before we get started, I've got a couple things coming up. I will have a Coaching for Leaders workshop that starts next month. So I will post that in the comments along with a passive income workshop that will be this Saturday. So there's a 50% off discount and the code is early bird. So for those that are listening, thanks for joining. Just put in the comments, hello. I'd love to chat with you. And if you have any questions as we go along, don't forget to put it in the comments. And if you're watching this on replay, do #replay. So yes, today I'm going to talk about it starts with attitude. So you're probably saying it starts with attitude. Yeah. So connecting increases your influence in every situation that you are dealing with. So the number one criteria for advancement and promotion for professionals is an ability to communicate effectively. And that's by Ralph G. Nichols. Yes, communication is key. Connecting with other individuals and understanding how to network is so important, particularly now that we are all now using Zoom and we're not having as many meetings or gatherings with people that we connect with or that we work with or friends or family. So proper communication or effective communication is so critical now as we move forward in our new ways of working. So I'll read this to you. It says the presidential historian Robert Dallek says that successful presidents exhibit 5 skills and qualities that enable them to achieve things that others don't. Don't you want to know what those 5 skills and qualities are that presidents use that others don't? So the first one is vision. The second one is pragmatism. The third is consensus building. The fourth is charisma. Now we all know we have a little bit of charisma. And the fifth is trustworthiness. Now, I'm not saying that all of the presidents carry those successful skills, but the most successful ones are indicated to have those 5 skills or qualities. So connecting is the ability to identify with people and relate to them in such a way that it increases our influence on them. I'll say that again. Connecting is the ability to identify with people and relate to them in such a way that increases our influence on them. So knowing that, we all know that leadership is a part of being an influence. Can't even talk. Leadership is a part of influence. So if you're a really good leader, then you have the ability to influence others. So to give you a short story, when I worked in corporate America as a leader, of course, my job is to, lead my team effectively, to give them the tools that they need, making sure they have the systems and technologies that they need to be effective. When it comes to change in the organization or change management in an organization, as a leader, I needed to be a leader of influence. And you're probably saying, well, yeah, that's true. Or so tell me a little bit more about that. So this is kind of how the example I'm trying to convey is when you're dealing with or having to deal with change in an organization, such as a restructure, a downsizing, right sizing, however you want to call it, but there's a change in the organization. If the leader is not honest and truthful with the staff of what's actually happening, not having those conversations with the staff so they know what's going on and what to expect, then it's hard for that staff to grasp and accept the change that is occurring. So as a leader, I needed to be that person of influence so that I could effectively communicate with my team, share with them the changes that were being made. Maybe I didn't always have the answers about why those changes were being made, but I was honest and I was forefront in telling them about the changes. So when you have the ability to communicate and share what's actually going on, and that means all that you can share. Yes, there are times in leadership when changes are being made and you may not be able to disclose all the whys of why things are happening, but you come to the surface and you explain all that you can. And so when you have the ability to do that, then that gives you the ability to bring your team along with you. And that's really what influence is all about. Making sure that people are on board together. That's the most important thing. So leadership is a part of being influential, bringing others along with you. So hopefully that explains, it gives you more information on leadership. So there are a couple other things that I wanted to share with you around why attitude and in being an influential leader is so important. So did you know that? So there's 3 categories of leadership. So I just want to explain a couple of what the difference in these 3 are. So there are low achievers, average achievers, and then high achievers. So low achievers, they're mostly preoccupied with their own security. It also indicates that they show a basic distrust of subordinates. They don't seek advice, and they avoid communications, and they rely on manuals. So how many of you know individuals who follow those 4 things? And those are the ones that are classified as low achievers. Again, I'll read them. They are preoccupied with their own security. They have some distrust. They don't seek advice, and they always follow the policy manuals, or they rely on the policy manuals. So now the average achievers, they are concentrated on production. So those are your worker bees. They're concentrated on production. They want to get things done and they want to do it right. They're focused more on their own status. They were reluctant to advice. So now these individuals, they hear what you have to say. They may not like it, but they'll more than likely use it, and listened only to superiors. So they're not going to listen to someone who is not at their level, but they will listen to senior leaders about what's actually going on. So those are your average achievers. Now your high achievers are a little bit different. They care about people as profits. I'll say that again. Care about people as well as profits. Oh yeah, they care about people as well as profits. They are viewed subordinates are optimistically. They do seek advice from others under them, and which I think is a critical point. They seek advice for others under them. And so as a leader, when I worked in corporate America, I wasn't the smartest person that knew everything about everything. So I relied on my staff to provide me with information that I didn't know. So yes, I relied on my staff. There's certain things that I knew, but you can't know everything as a leader. Now you know everything you need to know as a leader, but sometimes there's specific details that you don't necessarily need to know how to do. You just need to know what happens when that occurs. So as an effective leader, then you rely on your team, or you go to your team to get those specific details, and you show them support. So that's what the high achievers do. And they are also extremely good listeners. So for the high achievers, I'll read that again. They care about people as well as profits. They they're viewed their subordinates optimistically. They do seek advice from others that are not at their same level. So they go through various different levels, and they are good listeners. So that's what the high achievers do. So when you're communicating and connecting with other people, it is so important to make sure that you are not connecting with people just for the sake of it being about you. Connection is not about us. Connecting with others is about the other person. So this is one of my favorite quotes, and I'll read it to make sure I don't mess it up. It says, if you first help people get what they want, they will help you get what you want. And that's by Zig Ziglar. So one of the reasons that you may focus on yourself instead of others is that it could be lack of maturity. Maturity is the ability to see and act on behalf of others. It could be that maybe someone has an ego, so they're not going to, seek out advice from others. And then it could be just, like I said, immaturity. We want to add value to others, and one must value others. So when we're connecting and networking with other people, it's not about us, it's about the other person. Oftentimes we probably think it is about us, but it's not. It's about the other person. So, with Zoom now, of course, you're not able to pass out your business cards. But what we are able to do and connect with other people is to share our 1-minute pitch about what is it that we do, who we serve, and what people can expect from it. And so here are a couple of connecting questions that you can ask yourself as you are learning how to connect more and network more with other people. So the first connection question is, do you care about me? The second one is, can you help me? And then the third is, can I trust you? So I'll read those again. Do you care about me? Can you help me? And can I trust you? And so connecting begins when the other person feels valued. And what can we do to increase the value in others? Well, most importantly, what we have to do is not think that it's about us. Just know that connecting with others is about the other person. So how many of you have ever gone to a networking meeting or been in a Zoom meeting and you didn't connect with anyone? Or when you did connect with that person, they didn't really have a whole lot to say. Maybe they were shy. Well, that's because, maybe they're an introvert and they're just getting used to networking on Zoom. But for you, if you notice that, then one of the things that I do is I try to pay very close attention to that individual. If I see them in person, it gives me a better opportunity to sort of pick up on some of the subtleties of that individual. So for example, you could ask about, how they're dressed. You could say, nice outfit or nice shirt or whatever that they're wearing. You can compliment them on their clothing, or you may compliment on if you've seen them before. Maybe they have a new haircut, something of that nature, just sort of break the ice when you're doing your introduction. Or if it's just an actual introduction, just, let's talk really quick, like speed dating. And then once they share something about them, I'm sure there's a connection about whatever that person does that you can relate to. And that will help to start the conversation going. So again, connecting with other people is about them. It's not about us. Because if we go into a conversation and thinking it's more about what am I going to get out of it, then we lose the value, we lose the importance. And then the person can feel that, you don't really care about them. It's more about you. So we need to make sure that we are mindful of those attributes that we may be displaying, and focus more on the attitude that we bring to the table when we're having these conversations. Going on Zoom is a little challenging because, sometimes people don't have their cameras on, so it's hard to connect with those individuals. So you might want to send them a note, or just say, hello, so-and-so. And maybe they will turn on their camera, even if it's someone that you know and they don't have their camera on, or someone you know but you haven't seen in a while. So it's hard to connect when people don't have their cameras on, but there's ways to do that through chat and maybe sparking up a conversation about something that connects you with them. So again, remember that connecting with people is about them. So thanks for joining, who's ever on. I'd love for you to just pop in and say hello. Again, if you're watching this on replay, do #replay. So hopefully that was very helpful for you today. Again, it's around, connecting with other people and knowing that as a leader, we need to be leaders of influence. Think about it this way. People are always watching us. Whether you're a leader in corporate, or a leader of your own business, a leader in an organization, people are always watching us. And so you have to be very mindful of your behaviors, your attitude, and how you're being perceived, because that's the way that the world is. And so when we recognize that we are individuals of influence, I think it puts a different perspective on us. And so we can understand it maybe a little bit better. So just to recap, to make sure that I didn't miss anything, but I think one of the key things takeaways from today is around knowing the difference between low, medium, low average, and high achievers. The main takeaway for the low achievers is those individuals show a basic distrust of subordinates. For average achievers, those individuals are reluctant to ask. They were reluctant to ask for advice, but now they do. They seek advice because they know when you ask other people, it can help you much further along the way. For high achievers, one of the most important takeaways in that category is they care about people just as much as they care about profits. They care about people just as much as they care about profits. And final closing is that, if you first help people get what they want, they will help you get what you want, quoted by Zig Ziglar. So that's my message for today. Hopefully it has helped someone. And if you have additional questions or would like to connect with me, go to my website at lindajordan.com. I will post in the link how you can set up a free 30-minute consultation with me. Right now it's called Freedom of Choice. So, and that means freedom of choice means choosing how you want to be in life. What is your purpose? But it's freedom of choice. So we all have a choice to do a variety of different things. We have a choice to work a 9 to 5. We have a choice to be our own boss, or we have a choice to retire. But it's the freedom of choice of what you want to do. And whatever it is that you want to do, if you want to be the best leader in corporate America, then be the best leader in corporate America. Make sure that you're communicating effectively with your team. Make sure that you're communicating effectively with other leaders. But most importantly, making sure that you are a leader of influence. Bring your staff along with you. So connect with me, and I will post that in the comments. Again, it's a free 30-minute call around freedom of choice, and we'll work out any details that you may have during that 30 minutes. In addition, I have a for coaching for leaders, a 6-week program that begins in March. Actually, it'll be March the 1st. So I will post that also in the comments. The invite is on Eventbrite, and there is a 20% off discount, and the code is early bird. I will also put that in the comments so that you can see that. So I look forward to seeing all of you there on March the 1st for the coaching for leaders 6-week. And thank you for joining me. Happy Wednesday. Hope you had a great Valentine's Day, and get prepared, because I think wherever you are in the U.S., we're going to have some bad weather. And if you're outside of the U.S., hopefully you have better weather. But if you are within the U.S., let's be prepared for some winter weather that's coming our way. And I will see you all next Wednesday. Have a great day. Bye-bye.